huge alien ship moved through space like a dark mountain. Its metal surface was black and covered with sharp spikes. Behind it, 500 more ships followed in perfect lines. They looked like angry wasps ready to attack. On the main ship's bridge, Commander Zek sat in his tall chair. His red eyes glowed as he looked at the star map. His sharp teeth showed when he smiled. The Krellian Empire had never lost a battle. Today would be no different. "Commander," said his officer, "we are now entering the area that the humans call their space." Zex laughed. It was a cold, mean sound. Humans, those tiny, weak creatures, they think they own part of space. The officer's hands shook as he worked on his computer. "Sir, we are getting a message from them." "Put it on the main screen," Zex said. "I want to hear what these little bugs have to say." The screen lit up. A human face appeared. The man was old with gray hair. He looked calm and serious. Behind him, Earth's blue and green surface could be seen. "This is Admiral Chen of Earth Defense Command," the human said. His voice was steady. "You have entered human space without permission. This is your first and only warning. Turn around and leave now or face the results." The bridge became silent. Then Zek started laughing. Soon all his officers were laughing too. The sound filled the room like thunder. "Did you hear that?" Zek said, wiping tears from his eyes. "The humans are warning us. 500 of the strongest ships in the galaxy, and they think they can scare us with words." His second-in-command, Officer Thak, stepped forward. "Commander, their planet shows only basic technology. Their ships are small and slow. We could destroy their whole world in one day." Zek stood up from his chair. He was 8 feet tall with thick muscles. His armor was covered with marks from many battles. "Look at our fleet," he said, pointing at the screen. "Look at our weapons. Our ships are bigger than their cities. Our guns can break planets in half." The human admiral was still on the screen, waiting for an answer. His face showed no fear, which made Zex angry. "Tell me, human," Zex said, speaking to the screen. "How many ships do you have?" 10, 20. Admiral Chen's face did not change. "That information is not important." "Not important?" Zex roared. "We have 500 warships. Each one can carry 1,000 fighters. Our weapons have destroyed 100 worlds. What can you tiny humans do against the mighty Krellian Empire?" The human admiral was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Commander, I will ask you one more time. Leave our space. Go back where you came from. This is your last chance." Zex's officers looked at each other. Some began to whisper. Had any race ever spoken to them like this? The Krellians were known across the galaxy as the strongest fighters. Whole star systems would give up without a fight when they saw Krellian ships coming. "You dare threaten us?" Zex said, his voice getting louder. "Do you know who we are? We are the Krellian Empire. We take what we want. We go where we please. No one can stop us." Admiral Chen nodded slowly. "Very well. You have made your choice." "Yes, we have," Zex said. "We choose to take your little blue planet and make it ours. Your people will work for us. Your cities will belong to us. And you, human, will watch it all happen." The Admiral looked sad for a moment. "I hoped you would listen. Many races have made the same mistake you are making now." "What mistake?" Zex asked. "You think being big and loud makes you strong," the Admiral said. "You think having more ships means you will win, but you forgot the most important thing. And what is that, little human?" Admiral Chen's eyes became hard like steel. "You forgot that humans fight different than other races. We do not just defend. We do not just run away. When someone threatens our home, we make sure they never threaten anyone again." Zex laughed again, but this time it sounded forced. Big words from such a small creature. "Commander Zex," the Admiral said, "you were warned. What happens next is your choice." The screen went black. The bridge was quiet. Then Zex hit his chair with his fist. "Move the fleet forward. Show these humans what real power looks like. In 1 hour, their planet will be ours." But as the massive alien fleet moved deeper into human space, none of them noticed the small dark objects floating in the empty space around them. Objects that had been waiting there for a very long time. The hunt was about to begin. Commander Zex stood on his ship's bridge, looking at the empty space ahead. His red eyes searched the darkness, but he saw nothing. No human ships, no space stations, no weapons pointing at his fleet. "Where are they?" he asked his officer. Officer Thak checked his computer screens. "Sir, our scans show nothing. No human ships anywhere." Zex smiled with his sharp teeth. "Just as I thought. The humans ran away like scared children. They saw our mighty fleet and knew they could not win." The 500 alien ships moved forward in perfect lines. Each ship was as big as a mountain. Their dark metal hulls reflected the light from distant stars. Gun turrets turned left and right, looking for enemies that were not there. "Commander," said another officer, "we are now deep inside human space." "Still no signs of their fleet?" "Of course not," Zex laughed. "Humans are weak creatures. They probably hid behind their moon, hoping we would not find them." But something felt wrong. In all his battles, enemies always came out to fight. Some tried to run, but they always left ships behind to slow him down. This silence was strange. On the bridge's main screen, Earth grew larger. The blue and green planet looked peaceful. Small lights showed where human cities were. No weapons fired at the alien fleet. No defense satellites tried to stop them. "It is too easy," whispered Officer Krell, the youngest on the bridge. Zex turned to look at him. "What did you say?" "Nothing, Commander. I have never seen a race give up without any fight." "Then you have learned something today," Zex said. "Humans are even weaker than we thought." The fleet moved closer to Earth. On the planet's surface, human cities looked normal. Cars moved on roads. Lights blinked in buildings. It looked like a normal day for the humans below. "Sir," Officer Thack said, "our sensors are picking up something strange." Zex walked over to look at the readings. "What is it?" "Energy patterns, sir. But they are very weak. I am not sure what they are." "Probably human toys," Zex said. "Their technology is hundreds of years behind ours." But the energy readings were getting stronger. The computer screen showed small dots of light scattered around the alien fleet. The dots were everywhere, in front, behind, above, and below the ships. "Commander," Officer Thack said, his voice nervous now, "these energy readings, they are surrounding us." Zex looked at the tactical display. The small dots of light formed a perfect circle around his fleet. There were thousands of them. How had they not seen them before? "What are those things?" Zex demanded. "I do not know, sir. They are too small to be ships, but they are giving off energy signatures." Suddenly the main screen lit up. Admiral Chen's face appeared again. The human looked the same as before, calm and serious. But now there was something different in his eyes. Something that made Zex feel cold. "Commander Zex," the Admiral said, "I see you decided not to listen to our warning." "Where are your ships, human?" Zex shouted. "Are you so scared that you will not even fight?" Admiral Chen smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Our ships? They are exactly where they need to be. I see nothing but empty space." "That is because you are looking for the wrong thing," the Admiral said. "You expected us to meet you with big ships and loud weapons. You expected us to fight like other races you have conquered?" Zex felt his anger rising. "Stop talking in riddles. Where is your fleet?" "All around you," Admiral Chen said quietly. The bridge became silent. All the alien officers looked at their screens. The energy readings were getting stronger. The small dots of light were pulsing now, like heartbeats. "Impossible," Zex said. "We see nothing." 50 years ago, Admiral Chen continued, the first alien scouts found Earth. They reported back to their empire about the weak humans. That empire came to conquer us, just like you are doing now. "And you destroyed them?" Officer Thack asked. "No," the Admiral said. "We learned from them. We studied their technology. We took their ships apart piece by piece, and we realized something important." "What?" Zex asked, though he was not sure he wanted to know. "We realized that the next time aliens came to our space, we would be ready. Not just with ships and guns, but with something much better." The energy readings spiked. The small dots of light around the fleet began to glow brighter. "What is happening?" Officer Krell cried out. Admiral Chen's smile grew wider. "Welcome to our web, Commander. You're about to learn why no one enters human space uninvited." The tactical display started flashing red warnings. The space around them was no longer empty. Something was moving. Something was coming alive. And Commander Zex finally understood that the hunt had begun. The first alien ship to die was on the outer edge of the fleet. Commander Zex watched in horror as bright lights suddenly surrounded the massive vessel. The lights came from every direction. From hidden asteroids, from fake space debris, from tiny human ships that appeared like magic. "Ship 7 is under attack," Officer Thack screamed into his communication device. The alien battleship tried to fight back. Its huge guns fired in all directions, sending bright energy beams through space. But for every weapon it destroyed, 10 more appeared. The hidden human weapons were everywhere. "Return fire!" Zek shouted. "Destroy everything around us." His fleet began shooting. 500 alien ships opened fire at once. Space lit up like a deadly fireworks show. Explosions bloomed like flowers made of fire and metal. But something was wrong. Their weapons were not working right. "Commander!" Officer Krell called out. "Our energy beams are not going through their shields." Zex ran to look at the weapon display. The readings made no sense. His most powerful guns were hitting human targets, but the damage was almost nothing. "How is this possible?" he demanded. Admiral Chen's voice came through the speakers. "We told you we studied your technology for 50 years. We learned how your weapons work. Then we built better armor." Another alien ship exploded. Then another. The human weapons were cutting through alien shields like they were made of paper, while alien weapons could barely scratch human defenses. "This is impossible," Zex roared. "Our weapons are the strongest in the galaxy." "We're the strongest," Admiral Chen corrected. 50 years ago. But we improved them. A group of human ships suddenly appeared next to Zex's flagship. They were small and fast, darting around like angry bees. The alien gunners tried to target them, but the human ships moved too quickly. "How are they so fast?" Officer Thak asked. On the screen, Admiral Chen looked almost sad. "You build your ships to be big and scary. We build ours to work. Every piece of metal, every wire, every computer chip, designed for one purpose." "What purpose?" Zex asked, though he was afraid of the answer. "To hunt aliens who threaten our home." More explosions lit up space. The alien fleet was breaking apart. Some ships tried to run, but wherever they turned, more human weapons were waiting. The trap was perfect. "Full retreat," Zex commanded. "All ships withdraw immediately." But retreat was impossible. In every direction, human ships appeared from hiding places. They came from inside hollow asteroids. They uncloaked from invisible positions. They rose up from behind moons that turned out to be artificial bases. "They are everywhere," Officer Krell cried. "How many ships do they have?" Admiral Chen answered as if he had heard the question. "We learned something important from your first scouts 50 years ago. We learned that aliens always bring more ships than they think they need. So we built more ships than you could ever imagine." The tactical display showed the truth. Human ships were swarming around the alien fleet like wolves around trapped deer. Small fighters, medium destroyers, and large battleships, all working together in perfect formation. But these were not like any ships Zex had seen before. They moved in ways that seemed impossible. They changed direction without slowing down. They appeared and disappeared like ghosts. "What kind of technology is this?" Zex asked. "Human technology," Admiral Chen replied. "We do not copy other races. We make our own path." An alien cruiser tried to break free from the formation. It fired its engines at full power and raced toward empty space. For a moment it looked like it might escape. Then the space in front of it lit up with weapons fire. The cruiser ran straight into a wall of energy beams and exploded instantly. "Every escape route is blocked," Admiral Chen explained. "We have been watching your tactics for 50 years. We know exactly how alien fleets try to run away." Officer Thak was checking his damage reports. "Commander, we have lost 60% of our fleet. The remaining ships are badly damaged." Zex looked around his bridge. His officers were scared. Some were crying. These were warriors who had conquered 100 worlds, and now they looked like frightened children. "What do you want from us?" Zex asked. "I want you to understand something very important," Admiral Chen said. "Every race that has threatened Earth has learned the same lesson. Some learned it quickly, others—" He paused as another alien ship exploded. "Others learned it the hard way." "What lesson?" Admiral Chen's eyes became as cold as space itself. "Humans do not just defend our home. When someone threatens what we love, we make sure they never threaten anyone ever again." The human ships began to move closer. They formed a perfect circle around the remaining alien vessels. The circle was getting smaller. "You have one ship left to learn this lesson, Commander," Admiral Chen said. "Choose wisely." Commander Zex stood alone on his bridge. Around him, smoke rose from broken computers. Half of his officers were dead. The other half sat quietly, staring at screens that showed the truth. They were the only alien ship left alive. Through the main window, human ships surrounded them like a metal wall. Thousands of vessels, from tiny fighters to massive battleships, all pointing their weapons at Zex's flagship. The space around them glowed with the light of human engines. "Commander," Officer Thack whispered, "what do we do?" Zek said nothing. What could they do? His mighty fleet of 500 ships was gone, destroyed by creatures he had called weak, beaten by technology he had thought was primitive. Admiral Chen's face appeared on the screen one last time. The human looked older now, tired, like a teacher who had taught the same lesson too many times. "Commander Zex," the Admiral said quietly, "do you understand now?" Zex's red eyes looked at the human. All his anger was gone. All his pride was broken. "Yes," he said, "I understand. Tell me what you have learned." Zex took a deep breath. "I learned that humans are not weak. I learned that we made a terrible mistake." "What mistake was that?" "We thought being big made us strong. We thought having more ships meant we would win. But we were wrong." Admiral Chen nodded. "What else did you learn?" Zex looked around his destroyed bridge. "We learned that humans fight different than other races. You do not just react to threats. You prepare for them. You study them. You become better than them." "That is correct," the Admiral said. "But there is one more lesson. The most important one. What is it?" Admiral Chen's voice became soft, but it carried the weight of worlds. "We learned this lesson from our own history, Commander. Thousands of years ago, humans fought wars against each other. We learned that some fights are worth everything. Some things are worth dying for." "What things?" "Home," the Admiral said simply. "Family. Freedom. The right to live without fear." On the tactical display, Zex could see more human ships arriving. Not to attack, but to watch. Ships from Earth, from human colonies, from space stations scattered across human space. They all came to witness this moment. "Every human in our space is watching this conversation," Admiral Chen continued. "Parents who want their children to grow up safe. Workers who want to build a better future. Old people who remember when humans were afraid of what was out there in the dark." Zex understood. "You are not fighting for conquest. You are fighting for survival." "Not just survival," Admiral Chen corrected. "We are fighting for the right to exist without someone like you deciding our fate for us." The human admiral paused, looking directly at Zex. "Commander, I am going to do something that may surprise you." "What?" "I am going to let you live," Officer Thak gasped. Even Zex looked shocked. "Why?" "Because dead enemies cannot carry messages," Admiral Chen said. "I want you to go back to the Krelian Empire. I want you to tell them exactly what happened here." "What should I tell them?" "Tell them that Earth is not undefended. Tell them that humans have been preparing for this day for 50 years. Tell them that anyone who enters our space uninvited will face the same fate as your fleet." Zex nodded slowly. "And if they do not believe me?" Admiral Chen smiled, but it was not a cruel smile. It was the smile of someone who knew a secret. "Then they will learn the same lesson you did. But next time, we will be even more ready." The human ships began to move aside, creating a path through their formation. A corridor of light that led away from Earth, away from human space. "Go," Admiral Chen said. "Take your ship and leave. But remember this, Commander, you are alive today because humans choose to show mercy. Do not mistake that mercy for weakness." Zex turned to his remaining officers. "Set course for home. Maximum speed." As his damaged ship limped through the corridor of human vessels, Zex looked out at the faces in the other ships. Human faces watching him go. Some were young, some were old. Some were soldiers, some were civilians. But all of them had the same look in their eyes. They were not afraid. 3 months later, the message spread across the galaxy. The Krelian Empire's mighty fleet had been destroyed by humans. Other alien races heard the story and made their own decisions. Some, like the peaceful Zentari, sent messages of friendship to Earth. Others, like the warlike Morgani, decided to test the humans themselves. But most races learned the lesson that Commander Zex carried across the stars. Never enter human space uninvited. Because humans do not just defend. They make sure the threat never comes back. Earth grew quiet again. But in the darkness of space, thousands of hidden weapons waited patiently for the next uninvited guests. The humans were ready.